Well, hello there. Thank you for being here on the last day. So I'm Janelle Hodge, and I'm presenting on behalf of many wonderful individuals from the GRDC committee as well as the CCGA work group. I'm going to share with you updates on the Compendium of Cancer Genome Aberrations. So CCGA is a program of the CGC, and the mission is to describe gene and chromosome abnormalities observed in cancer in a clinical context to help with clinical case interpretation. The goal is to be a centralized resource. You can think of it as a hub where we do the genetic correlates for pathologic entities as well as link to pertinent external content. And it's structured based on the WHO classification of tumor entities. This is a wiki-style website. So this means that content can be updated in real time. So the idea is you can go in there and you have a case, you're looking for CML, you look at the CML page, and you happen to find another reference when you do a PubMed search that's brand new, you can put it right in there in 1 minute. So it's a living wiki, and it's crowdsourced, so that reference you put in taking 1 minute will be available for you and then others in the future. And as you can imagine, the WHO classification of tumor books are only published every 3 to 4 years, right, as you think about it. And so the idea here is that we can actually update the genetic components going on in these different entities in real time so that we're not waiting for 3 to 4 years for them to be available in those books. In terms of navigation, on the homepage you can do Google-based search. You can look at the structure you can click on that image right there and get the tree-based structure of the actual classification. We have specific content links, data visualizations. The CGC work groups have done a great job making recurrent loci table, and those are also available on the site. And we have many author resources. This is an example of content. So an AML within version 16 page, you can see all the different information below. But what I want to emphasize is the genetic content, because that's what this is about, because our field moves so quickly in terms of new genetic information that's what we really are trying to capture. So gene fusions, individual regions of gain or loss or LOH, characteristic chromosomal patterns such as hypodiploid ALL, pertinent gene mutations. So another important point here is we're not trying to recreate the wheel. There are wonderful sites like Civic for smaller changes, point mutations, indels. So the idea is to try to be the hub that you can go for interpretation and link out to those other resources as well, like for example, Civic, which you've been hearing about some at this meeting, and also clinical significance information. There's an example of a table, karyotype images, and data visualizations. We want to make it easy to author content, so we have preloaded templates. Put your text here, examples. It functions like Microsoft Word so that you can put like bolding, etc. And then referencing is very easy. You just have a PMID and you can auto-insert and it will pre-sort and pre-format all the references. We have a Word version of these templates as well as a separate document, and a lot of times people like to work in this. For example, trainees working with their mentors, going back and forth, and then when they're happy with it, they copy the content and insert references just using the PMIDs. This is an amazing group of individuals, and I feel very, very lucky to work with them. This is a structure. I'm not going to go through all of this, but I just wanted to say we have a couple of great updates. KK became our technical editor, and Lavinia is a new associate editor. So we've been starting with the heme lymph, and we're getting pretty far in that book now, but the idea is to cover all books in the series. So we're actually starting content in CNS as well as in solid tumors, and we've started discussions with actually a CGC, the breast work group, to in the future also have breast content put in. And I'd also like to welcome Bailey, Lynn, and Shivani, new to the work group. So this is very exciting. This year we finalized our logo. We have 2 slightly different versions of it, and these are available. Hopefully you've been seeing them around a little bit, but we're pretty happy. And I hope you can see it's a DNA helix of books. Yeah? Stylized, yes. All right. We had a lot of community engagement in the last year. I gave a talk on behalf of everyone at ASH in December in the Global Efforts to Share Data and Harmonize Analytical Approaches session. We also have a wiki site in which we give updates, and this is only a week old, but we're actually already over 500 followers, which is fantastic. We had a summer social, and I want to give a shout out to Naroshi who really was the person behind a lot of getting that together. So in that social, we had people present who are in different roles, mentor, associate editors, authors in this effort to share how their experiences are and what they actually do. And then we had time just to socialize and meet new people. The idea is to try to have this at least once a year. And a very interesting occurrence happened right before this meeting. We had a workshop which was Civic and the ClinGen and also CCGA, where it was a I love this name, variant interpretation hackathon and curation jamboree. Yes, it was quite jamboree, but it was very fun. And we really were just trying to hack at problems, discuss them for things like data visualizations and such. So I think a big thing that's coming out of that for us is going to be a relationship between a further melding of discussion on how do we link Civic and CCGA content. All right, a really quick acknowledgement. ISB, the International Society of Biocuration, we applied for and got a mini grant to help support our participation in the hackathon. I know, it's gonna do it. A year ago, the CGC signed a memorandum of understanding with IARC, which is the International Agency for Research in Cancer, and they oversee the editing and publishing of the WHO classification of tumors. The idea is that we're collaborating to ensure both the tumor books as well as the CCGA are consistent and up to date. The recent updates this year are that they are supportive of us putting direct links to our pages in CCGA into the online version of these books, and that's really big because they have over 10,000 users across the world, so we're going to have high visibility, even more so than now. Also, they gave us permission to reach out to their authors and editors from the books to solicit their interest in participating directly in CCGA. So again, I just want to emphasize what they're really interested in us about for this is that their books are only published every 3 to 4 years. So they really like the idea that we can provide the genetic information in a real-time, living wiki that can supplement what they're doing in the books, and eventually it will get in their books, but we're this step in between. I know. So very quickly, the last other updates, we enhanced our volunteer forum. We defined formally the roles in the effort, the founding principles, mission, and goals. We're going to continue to create additional content in more books and further streamline our processes and optimize use of our volunteer time. We have data visualization standardization going on, as well as the site editorial functionality being implemented. And big deal is that we're going to be further defining our programmatic aspects this year so we can go after large non-for-profit grants. We have a few more hours left in the meeting, so please come meet us at our table, which is right outside registration, learn more about the resource, and you can volunteer. I would like to announce the congratulations to Stephanie Yuang, who has won a glass chromosome, and thank you for volunteering. So if anyone wants to send her my way, or I'll try to email her, but hopefully I can catch her. It's because I have her chromosome. All right, this is really good education opportunity when you participate. You actually meet quite a few people, including those in CCGA. You can get scholarly recognition on your CV, and it's actually very fulfilling to be able to create content that you can use, but all the community can use it. Amazing number of people have contributed to this, and this information is also available on the website. And I want to thank everyone, and if you want to contribute, please, you can go to the site and fill out the volunteer form. Questions, there's the email, or you can approach any of us. Thank you.